The finals just had its brand new update 6.5. We'll go over all the details there with the patch notes, the store update. We'll also cover some additional mentionables with the finals getting re-released in another region. We have some additional mentionables on the mid-season patches, which also includes some more dev comments. Or last up, we cover some stuff from the community, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, world? It's Utopia back in with another video today. We're checking out all things the finals. As always, let's just jump right into it with Oscar's update and post, where he mentions that, of course, update 6.5 is live, and they are bringing back that dance floor with Strike a Pose 2.0, which will happen on the World Tour, where dance floors will now spawn during cash outs, and if you drop an emote while standing on one, you'll earn some bonus cash for your team. Of course, this is the NGMO circuit, which does bring us some new rotations. That includes Bernal, Fortune Stadium, Las Vegas, and Monaco. Jumping over, we have the patch note side of things. Although the only difference here is they do mention that there is no gameplay changes or fixes for this week, just a bit of fun and flair before the next week's mid-season update, which they do mention will bring some fresh and new content. So I do wonder what that entails. In fact, since we're covering mid-season updates, I might as well go over Oscar's comments here, where somebody mentioned what is going on with the season updates, when are we going to be getting those, and how frequent will those be, and what will those entail. Oscar does say, of course, there is a major one at the start of the season. There's going to be a complimentary one at mid-season with small nudges in between, essentially how the patches will line up. So over 6.0, of course, it was that large update. 6.3 was a bit of a nudge there, and we had a few changes. 6.6 is the largest change during the season, at least other than the original release. And then, again, 6.9 will be another nudge. So that is essentially the roadmap and cadence for Season 6. I'm assuming this is going to apply to future seasons as well, so it does give you a bit of an outline and the scheduling for future seasons. We do have some additional comments here from Oscar, where I think I figured out some of the new content they're bringing with 6.6. Of course, this has been mentioned a million times at this point, but it looks like 6.6 is going to bring back the stun gun, as referencing Oscar's comment here again with that. This has been mentioned previously before, even into Season 5, I believe, but it does look like the stun gun will finally make its return. We'll have to see what that does entail. That will be a very interesting week. Since we're speaking of Oscar, there was actually this really cool fact about him. He made this comment here where somebody asked what he was originally working on, or what he was working on previously, at least before he started on the finals. He said that he worked on Angry Birds before this. That was just kind of cool and an interesting fact with Oscar. Moving on from the patch notes side of things, although we still do have that store update, where that does cover 3 new item sets and bundles. First up here, we have the Spud Slinger set, which is a nice new CL40 skin. That does come with a charm. Next up, we have All Boxed In, which is a hand-drawn cardboard headpiece. And then we have the Flat Pack Bundle, which does include a minigun skin. Since we're talking about the store, if you haven't seen, I am running a giveaway over on my Discord. As of recording this video, it does end in about 5 hours. Depending on when I can get this out, there might be a few hours left. So for those of you that still make time, you can go check that one out. Maybe I'll extend it a bit if I do see the reception to do so. So if you want me to extend the giveaway, leave a comment down below telling me to extend it. Maybe I'll push it back a few hours or even a day. But yeah, there are 2 giveaways on there right now. Next up here, it wouldn't be a weekly update without an Oscar weekly stream. Currently, right now as I'm recording this video, probably is going to be done by the time I get this out though. He is running a Strike a Pose 2.0 community stream. That's live on Twitch and YouTube. You can check out both of those down below, which I will link to the VOD once it is up and running. In a couple days, I'll probably have a video out covering all the details from that stream and anything else from the community. That way, if there's anything spicy in there or any more details, we can check that out. Speaking of community streams and the Twitch side of things, as well as just streams in general, I figured I'd point this out because I do find it a bit weird, but it seems like the finals has deleted all of their Twitch VODs, except of course the one from today, whereas they still have them up on YouTube side of things. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I do believe Twitch auto deletes streams after 30 days, although that might be longer for partners and affiliates. This wasn't automatically, this was something that was manually done, at least from what I'm seeing. Again, not exactly sure what happened there or why they ended up deleting those, but the streams are still up and the VODs are still there on YouTube. Hopefully those do stay up. Maybe they can give us an official update on what happened there, or maybe that is more of a reserved decision, but since it did happen, I figured I would cover that. Although, as I said, if you want to see any of the previous VODs, they are still up on YouTube. We have one last dev update here. Now, this one wasn't posted to the finals YouTube, but this is an official finals video, where this does so Rob, the CCO and the founder of the finals, where he is actually announcing the finals Chinese edition. Now, this video was showcased on WeChat and maybe a couple additional channels, although it is on the subreddit, so I can link it to you. He of course does go over and showcase that the finals is launching in partnership with Tencent in China, where it does promote Chinese slogans indicating new game modes. Now, they did hint at there is more to expect with 2025, and it looks like maybe even with Season 7 or 8, Now again, nothing is concrete here. Some are speculating even a China-themed map might be on the way, or even a Chinese-themed season. Now they are partnering with Tencent on this one. I have gone over this before with their earnings call. They've talked about this many times. And even with my shorts video, I talked about it that it was leading into 2027, that they were partnering with Tencent to bring the game to China. There has been some mentionables here. People are saying, weren't the Chinese people already playing the finals? And weren't they already a huge part of the Asia servers? But it is to note here that there is a reason why this is getting a separate client and server, because in order for people to play on Steam even, they have to use a VPN to bypass that. So realistically, they actually do have to have a separate client there. It's the same with World of Warcraft, where they do have their separate client. So even if you might have seen people from that region playing, realistically, they actually did need to have their own server and client. So this is actually really great for the finals. An official China client will really help push the game, which if we relate to other games like Black Myth Wukong, you can see just how much the numbers actually really do influence that. So again, this is actually really good for the finals and quite huge. And they're going to have a separate client, so anything that has to be entailed with their release, that can all be separate to there. There is one example that I can use here, which would be different, where essentially skulls are removed from the World of Warcraft China client. So that could be something different. Anything with skulls might be changed for this client, which is great because the other regions won't have anything changed, and whatever has to be changed will be done on their client side. But it's going to boast and boost those numbers quite substantially. So again, more than likely, this is super huge for the finals. Moving on, we do have our community mentionables here. This first one here, probably the last time I'll mention it through a finals video, but Arc Raiders is doing a tech test number 2. Again, these are the developers behind the finals. So Embark, the same studio, is also making Arc Raiders. I was very thankful they did grant me into Tech Test 1, so I did actually originally play that back then, and they are granting me guaranteed access for Tech Test 2. So I'm very thankful for that, which more than likely I will be streaming this, as this Tech Test will not be under NDA. So on April 30th, more than likely I am going to be streaming Arc Raiders. I'll also cover some content leading up to it, that way you can get all the details on how to sign up. Although I will include the sign up link down below, but I will have a dedicated video for Arc Raiders and all the new details there. Moving on, we do have this community thread here, where they mention that there are weapons that still need skins that completely redesign the look. A ton of other weapons do get remodeled, where they get their design completely remodeled. Although there is some discrepancies with this post, AKM does have a toy gun skin, and the M60 got remodeled in the Season 4 Battle Pass. Other than that though, pretty accurate. Hopefully we do eventually get some skins for it. I believe especially the Shaq 50 and the M26 Matter. Those guns could definitely use some love. Same with the 93R and a few others. Last up for community mentionables, we did have this post here, which this person 3D printed a Revive statue. I really want to look into this and do this on my printer. Although after printing a near full 6-foot sword, my printer essentially gave out and I had to make a few repairs on it. I'm still working on a few issues with it, so hopefully I can get that back up and running. But when I do, maybe I print a few of these out and give them away and send them out to you guys. Of course, with all my videos, we do have one last minute mentionable here. We do have this first skin here from Seraph. I'm loving these super unique skins lately. Again, I feel like I haven't seen anything like this, but I love that they put everything together here. From the bird/crow pet all the way to the mask, glasses, and even pants. These all just mirror so well together, they do look like a full set. We have another one here again from Leviathan, where he mentions that he ain't chicken. Again, this one is absolutely incredible. Everything goes together super well. I can't believe how many dynamic outfits can be made in this game, and you guys are great at these. Again, this one is up there for one of my personal favorites. Overall, it should about cover for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.